Boy, I don't know what to say this is a thoughts video on anymore because it jumps so many different passages. We read Mark 1, and then Luke 4, Matthew 8, back to Mark 1, and Luke 4. So, it's a thoughts video on I don't know which. I don't know how I'm going to designate these things when I start posting them. I've not yet even started posting the New Testament. That's how far behind I am. You're going, what do you mean? This is posted now. Well, at the time of me recording this, haven't even gotten into I also can't think of the last book of the New Testament. It starts with an M, right? I'm thinking Micah. I can't get that out of my head. I know it's not Micah. It's never mind. Okay, here we go. Look what the devil said. I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of God. That was in Luke 1. And then, again, it says, let's see, where was it? Where was the other one where it said that? Okay, in Mark 1. I know thee, who thou art, the Holy One of God. Here. Now, this is what's really interesting. When Jesus was around the Pharisees, for the most part, they called him everything but the Son of God. They even said he casteth out devils by the prince of devils. And that's where Jesus made the remark and said about blaspheming the Holy Spirit. Because, they're calling the Holy Spirit the prince of devils. They say he casteth out devil, or by the prince of devils. And Jesus had the Spirit within him. I mean, Jesus was, the Holy Spirit and God and Christ are one, so of course he's with him. And that's the power of God and the Holy Spirit. And so that's where Jesus said that. Well, anyway, so the point is, here the demons called him the Holy One of God, and the Pharisees called him the devil. See, like here, and they suffered not the devils to speak because they knew him. They would proclaim his godhood. As it says up here also, this one also from Luke 4. He says, and the devils also came out of many, crying out and saying, Thou art Christ, the Son of God. And he, rebuking them, suffered them not to speak, for they knew that he was Christ. Now, why wouldn't he want them to say that? Well, because he was not out proclaiming the fact that he was the Christ at this point, because his time was not yet come. He knew he was going to be taken by the rulers of the day and be crucified, and so, but it wasn't time yet. So that's why Jesus would suffer the demons not to even confess that he was the Lord. And so that causes you maybe to say, well, how come the devils can't get saved then? Well, they aren't human. That's one reason. God didn't redeem angels. Angels are fallen. Satan and his minions are fallen angels. They don't have the salvation available to them as we do. But they believe and tremble. And they believe that God raised Christ from the dead. They know, but they're doomed. They're doomed for eternity. So they're out trying to cause other folks to not believe the same. And in this day and age, you'd have to say they're doing a good job. Although God is the author of the book, and he knows all men, and has folks like us warning men of the coming judgment. I'm looking forward to seeing what we got in 8:27 coming up.